Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek. I'm here with Harold Annickson from Mondanai, and we're looking at Stockholm. You always have interesting releases and get information always at the last minute. So I know very little about the game. Maybe you can give us an overview.
This is the tagline is an angst-packed game about living someplace. Okay. And this catchy theme is you're in Stockholm, and you are like 20 years old. Your parents just kicked you out. Okay. And you have to find some place to live.
All right.
And Stockholm is a fantastic place to live after you've done your 10 years in the housing queue. Before that, you're left to the second-hand markets. Okay. These cards here. So I'm just gonna take some randomly. Okay. They're all from real life, so there's no lies in this game. Yeah. So this is the kind of flat you can rent from a teetotaler students organization if you have some connections and so on. Here's like a room you find on the internet. Okay. No, it's like a whole apartment you find on the internet. You can rent secondhand. And here you're lucky to have a friend whose dad actually owns property, can rent you an apartment. So how do you get your hands on these cards? Well, you get your hands on these more or less interesting housing options by knowing people, by meeting people and getting people to trust you. And this happens when you engage in social activities shown by this little melody thing. It could be like going out, it could be being with your board game association or church or extended family or sports, soccer. Just you're out there and you get to know people. So you can spend action points on that, like this. Problem is, of course, when you have somewhere to live, you have to pay the rent as well. Mm-hmm. So you also need some money, which you get by working. So depending on which cards are up and what the other players are doing, you gotta balance this social thing and with the working thing to get your money. Okay. And then the government has provided a row of very affordable and good value subsidized student housing.
But to do that, you have to be a student.
Yeah,
yes, you can.
So all players are signing up for courses every semester, because this is still Stockholm, so it costs you like 30 euros a semester. But they don't necessarily go there. Okay. They just go there to advance. They just sign up to advance in this student housing queue. Okay. But if they try to study, they might allocate some time to that. Studying also gives you a bit of money, but less money than working on average.
And of course, as you're studying, you can't go out as much.
Yeah,
you can't earn as much.
So it's all like very, very hard trade-offs every turn. Like you get your hands on a really nice student flat, but you can't afford the rent unless you work more. But when you work more, you might fail your studies and they kick you out anyway. Okay.
So what's the goal? Do we just try not to end up on the street? Is that it?
The goal is, I mean, normally you get somewhere to live, and also these people are sort of in a social context. They all have a home base where they can stay when they have nowhere else to stay. Okay. The parents or friends. No, every turn you score sea and forest points. This being Sweden, you want to be able to pick mushrooms and be close to the seaside and so on. Just living standards points, just the size of your flat and how comfortable and modern it is. And finally, urbanity points, like the amount of like city life you have in your part of the city. And you need to maximize two of these. At the end of the game, if you have a lot of sea and forest points, not so well here, this is like in the middle, your second highest score is your victory points. So after a while you realize that one of these is not going so well for you, you can just ignore it. Because everyone have different personalities. Some people really like to be where there's like is, and some people don't care about that. Some people are comfortable and some are not.
But as long as you have some kind of balance in your life,
Yeah,
They
you
work
need
so
two
well.
of these. Yeah.
well, thanks very much for the overview, Harold.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming. Yeah,
Yes. Until next year.
yeah.